Hello and welcome to the Partygammon.com World Series of Backgammon, coming to you from the millionaire's playground that is Cannes on France's glamorous Côte d'Azur. I'm Kara Scott and I'm going to be guiding you through a feast of world-class action as the big names in the world of backgammon fight it out for a €200,000 prize pool and the first two events in the World Series of Backgammon, the Nations Cup and the Cannes Riviera Cup. Backgammon is one of the most fiercely competitive games in the world with its unique balance of skill and luck. Never is this more apparent than in the Nations Cup, where teams from 21 countries hammer it out over the boards. Also unique to this tournament is this year's clock rule, forcing teams and players to think fast and play faster. This was met with mixed reactions from the players.
It's very fast this year and it's we're not so used to it, but it's fun. I mean, they should keep it this way.
The clock makes you play faster, so there are complications that you just don't have time to work out.
The draw can always be tough, especially in Group E, which contained teams from last year's final, Bulgaria and Israel, along with Norway.
It seems like our group is the hardest. It's the toughest group.
Other groups are really much easier than our.
We see him as Israel as the big favorite, so it's going to be tough. Now it's going to be hard to survive.
After some intense play, it came down to just one match that would be the decider, Norway versus Israel. Norway had already been eliminated, but a win would both kill Israel's challenge and propel Bulgaria through to the quarterfinals. But after a long match and with only seconds left on the clock, Norway rolls good, wins the points, and Bulgaria was through to the next round.
That was fast. Thank you. Oh, now it's worth it.
So qualify for the Group E to the quarterfinal of the Nations Cup. Bulgaria wins with a better average.
At the start of day two, all eyes were on the semi-finals, where the Cold War was ready to reignite with America versus Russia. The second semi-final will also be closely watched as underdogs Ukraine take on tournament favorites Denmark. But obviously the Ukraine are up for the challenge.
Ukraina!
So the semi-final draw looks like this, with Denmark versus the Ukraine and Russia versus the USA. And joining me now to analyse the draw and chew the fat is John Clark, one of the UK's best players and recently nominated onto the Giants of Backgammon list. So John, what's this Nations Cup all about?
Okay, thank you, Kara. The Nations Cup is a team event, 3 or 4 players per team, including 1 or 2 reserves. They will play 2 7-point matches. If those matches are shared, then there will be a 9-point shootout match where both players on the team will be able to consult on the plays.
Let's have a closer look at our two players. Yuri Krivoy is an unknown force, but as a self-declared pro, has to be taken seriously. And Xander Lilloff, a rapidly rising Danish star, starts this match as a strong favorite. So John, for those viewers at home who are new to this game, what's backgammon all about then?
Okay, Kara. Backgammon is essentially a dice game played on a board consisting of 24 narrow triangles called points. Each point represents 1 pip of the dice. Thus, if you roll a 4, you can move 1 checker forwards 4 points. You roll a 6, you can move it forward 6 points. Doubles have to be played twice. Thus, a double 2, for example, could be played like this. 2 checkers from the back are advanced 2 points, and 2 checkers descend from the midpoint, but effectively advancing 2 points as well. The overall objective of the game is to get all of your checkers into your home board and then born off into the checker tray. However, as these checkers move around the board, because each player plays in an opposite direction, a conflict occurs.
And just to ratchet up the pressure against our teams, they also have to play each match against a clock. Players can start and stop their clock by hitting a button to their right of the backgammon board, just like this. And just like that. Now players have 9 seconds to roll their dice and make their play. If they fail to make their play and stop their clock, they start eating into their reserve time. And this could be disastrous, because if you run out of time, you lose the match. It's as simple as that. With high stakes comes high pressure. And I, for one, can't wait. So let's bring it on and go over to John Clark in the commentary box.
Here we are for the semi-final match between the Ukraine and Denmark. The Ukraine represented by Yuri Krivoy on the right in the blue shirt, and Denmark by Sander Lillof in the pink shirt. This is a 7-point match. We enter in the first game, and both players will be looking for an early positional advantage here. I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary box by one of my favorite players, sports writer and journalist, Mr. Will Cockrell. Hi, Will.
Hi John, thanks very much for having me along, and already a major development in this game as Lillof has escaped both his back checkers.
Looks like both players are striving to make their 5 points, which they should.
Oh, and there it is.